Okay, I'm going to do number 3. It's called the Gains from Trade. This is the chapter 3 homework / quiz, whatever you want to call it. It starts out saying, consider 2 neighboring island countries called Contente and Euphoria. They each have 4 million labor hours available per month that they can use to produce corn, jeans, or a combination of both. The following table shows the amount of corn or jeans that can be produced using 1 hour of labor. Okay, so we have, here's our table that they give us, and they also point out that there's 4 million labor hours available in each country. Now, it doesn't say to draw a production possibilities curve, but we will be well advised to do so. This is part of the staying organized the advice I was giving. You've got to stay organized, and you've got to pull out a paper and draw these. If you just try to figure it out while looking at the screen, it's not going to work. So let's draw a couple of production possibilities curves. This is for Contente. Okay, we'll put corn on this axis, jeans on this axis. Now, Contente, you can, or they can produce in an hour 6 units of corn, but there's 4 million labor hours. So 6 times 4 million gives us a production possibilities of 24 million for corn. Contente can produce 12 jeans in 1 hour, and they have 4 million labor hours. So 12 times 4, that is 48 million jeans. So there's Contente's production possibilities curve. Do the same thing for Euphoria. Corn on this axis, jeans on this axis. It doesn't matter which one you choose. Excuse me. So Euphoria can produce 4 corn in 1 hour. They got 4 million hours. So that is 16 million corn. And 16 jeans per hour times 4 million. That is 64 jeans. 64 million. There's their production possibilities curve. All right, so right off the bat, we can see who has the absolute advantage. The absolute advantage in corn is Contente. They can produce 24. Euphoria, only 16. The absolute advantage in jeans goes to Euphoria. They can produce 64, whereas Contente can only produce 48. Okay, now let's figure out the comparative advantage, and that means we need to look at the opportunity costs. So let's start with jeans. Let's do what is the opportunity cost in each country for producing jeans? Well, that means we're going to look at the change in corn divided by the change in jeans. So if you want to go from 0 jeans all the way out to 48 jeans, that's a change in jeans of 48. That means you would be going from 24 all the way down to 0. And that's a change in corn of negative 24. Divide through, so the denominator becomes a 1. 24 divided by 48 is 0.5. So, 1 jeans costs 0.5 corn in Contente. Well, while we're here, let's go ahead and figure out the opportunity cost of corn. So that means we want the change in jeans over the change in corn. We want corn to be 1. We want to know how much 1 corn costs. Well, you can see that this and this are just reciprocals of each other. We don't really have to go through this again, do we? So let's just take the reciprocal. What's the reciprocal of 0.5? Well, here, let's do it. Change in jeans, 48. Change in corn, 24. Okay, equals 2. And if we had just taken, 1 over 0.5, we would have gotten 2. All right, so 1 corn costs 2 jeans in Contente. Well, we do the same thing for Euphoria, so we'll do this a little quicker. So we've got change in corn over change in jeans equals 16 over 64, which equals 0.25. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. Well, let me just scribble it out. That's a 1 now. So 1 jeans cost 0.25 corn in Euphoria. Okay. And again, let's just take the reciprocal now. Whoops. Change in jeans over change in corn. And what's the reciprocal of 0.25? 1 over 0.25 equals 4. So 1 corn costs 0.4 jeans in Euphoria. Okay? So, who has the comparative advantage in corn? Well, corn, let's see, 1 costs 2 over here, 1 costs 4 over here. So it looks like Contente is the low-cost producer of corn. So I'm going to circle that so we don't forget. Okay, they're going to be producing corn. That's where their comparative advantage is. Well, how about over here? Let's see, corn. Let's go back and do jeans. Jeans. Well, 1 in Euphoria, 1 jean costs 0.25 corn. Over in Contente, 1 jean costs 0.5 corn. So Euphoria is the low-cost producer. They're going to produce jeans. And let me circle that so we remember. Now it says that where Contente and Euphoria are currently producing. Now here's a slight little wrinkle in it. We didn't do this before, but we can easily do it now. It says Contente is using 1 million hours of its labor on corn currently. Well, 1 million hours, and Contente can produce 6 million per hour, so 1 million hours times 6 And that gives Contente, that tells us where they're currently producing. It's right there. And Contente is currently using the other 3 million hours on jeans. So they can produce 12 million per hour, and they're using 3 million hours on production of jeans. So that's 36 million. Okay, that's where they're currently producing. Euphoria, where are they currently producing? It says that they're using 3 million hours on corn. Well, Euphoria can do 4 corn per hour. They're using 3 million hours. So 3 times 4 is 12. Whoops, that's not really, that's where I meant to put the dot. And for jeans, the other million hours they have available, they're using to produce jeans. And they can produce 16 jeans in an hour. And they're using 1 million hours, so 16 times 1 million is 16. Okay. Well, let's call it there for part 1, and we'll pick up the next few questions in the next video.